LM Radio was South Africa's only music radio station which started broadcasting in 1936 and set the standard for adult contemporary music from 1950 to its close in October 1975. Chris Turner talks to some of the people who made LM Radio the number one music station. Today, he is talking to Carlos Silva.
So, Carlos, you joined Radio Club Mozambique
in 1951. I was a phone operator.
Yes.
And during 2 years I was a phone operator, and I worked with Miss Keira. She was my first shift. And then I was studying at night and commercial course, 5 years. Then I went to the accounting department, but everything went wrong with the numbers.
Yes.
And I always liked symphonic music, classical music. So when I was working with the numbers, I had a radio with a gramophone, and I played the symphonies, the classical music. Everyone, I was 15 years old, 16, 17, they didn't mind. I could make the noise I wanted to make. Then one day, the head of the technical department said, "Carlos, why don't you come to Technica as an operator? You like music? Okay."
Now, what was his name?
Isaac Faria. He was Isaac Faria. He was the deputy chief. The chief was Borges Delgado. He used to do, he was a producer. He was the chief of Technica, Borges Delgado, but he was the producer of programs for children. He was very good, very good. He was a very nice man. Isaac Faria also. So I went to Technica, and in those times we didn't have the man who chooses the music for the programs. The music was chosen by those who wrote the programs. So we only record and put the music that they choose.
Yes.
In Technica, of course, I was an operator. I went to record our orchestra with 30 members. Anything that a technician does, outside, outdoors. But I was always connected with music. And just as in Portugal there were a man that his only job is to choose music.
Yes.
We called it sonorizador.
Yes.
So they created here the job, gave it to me, and I had in 1974, before the 25th of April, the revolution in Portugal now, I had 15 men and women working with me.
Yes.
Choosing music, recording. I had the necessary, how do you say, I knew what is a microphone, what is a control. So I recorded everything and I produced everything. Record the voices, do the editing, choose the music. I have in our library dozens and dozens and dozens of dramas.
Yes.
Made by me. And still, those tapes, the last I made 2 years ago, about the SIDA, the fight against SIDA. No?
Yes.
SIDA is in Portuguese AIDS.
Yes.
The disease. So then came the revolution. I was already head of the sonorizadores. You call it in Portuguese sonorizadores.
Is it program compiler?
Is that? But of course, we did the compiling for every program, but that specific work was done by other people. We only choose music for the drama and the programs that needed the right kind of music.
Oh, I see, yes.
But I always worked, and I still do, in the compiling of producing classical programs. I have 4 hours a week in the channel Radio City, Radio Cidade.
Yes.
And I write notes. You see this book by Galway.
Yes.
Take notes from here, from internet, when I go to other computer. And I was head of the Department of Programs. Then I was head of the main channel. Now it is Fakira. Then I was retired. And I was the first head of the School of Radio in 1980. We had here, during 6 years, monitors from Cuba.
Yes.
In every area, announcing, journalism, drama.
Yes.
We had for training, but it was very political. That means they were good professionals, but they did everything with the political socialist. How do you say?
It's the socialist bias.
The point of view of the. Then the school went. The 3 or 4 more head of. Now I am working for them in the training of announcers, producing programs with the books from the BBC. I went to Germany during the 2 months. I went to Cuba. I went to Costa Rica with 15 of our workers. I was in Brazil just to see how the other people work. And if you ask us what kind of programs we have everything we have. Do you know how the REM is structured? We have our main channel, we call it in Portuguese, Emissão Nacional.
Yes.
In every capital of province, we have a relay with the FM transmitter.
Yes.
In Xaxai, Inhaban, Beira, Chimoio, Tete, everyone. So the signal is not sent by satellite. It is sent by how do you say those
Microwave.
Yes, microwaves. It is a very good signal because through the satellite it is very expensive.
Yes.
It covers the whole country. Of course, in the FM, it covers the whole country around the cities.
Yes. And
The whole country is covered by shortwave during the day and shortwave and medium wave during the night.
Uh-huh.
The local radios, let us call it, they work 24 hours a day. They have some hours in Portuguese, some hours in 2 or 3 local languages.
Yes.
Some, like Beira and Nampula, have 24 hours in Portuguese and 24 hours divided between the 3 or 4 local languages.
Yes.
We have almost 1,000 workers.
Yes.
After 1975, our life here was very difficult because the good professionals, they went away to the SABC, to Portugal, just went away, to Voice of America. One of them is still working there. I hear him every night, Santa Rita. So we had to begin from scratch.
And train new people.
From scratch, exactly. Those with the 6th grade, imagine, for journalists with the 6th grade, and the one that knew was on the 7th grade was teaching those with the 6th grade. Those with the 8th teaching those with the 7th.
Yes.
Now we have with the 12th grade, that means before the university, and the 12th grade, and with the university course of journalism.
Yes.
30 years of. Do you hear our transmissions?
No, I've not heard your transmissions.
I can tell you that we do a good job because in 30 years, I used to say that the main thing now is not the messenger; it is a message.
Yes.
That means someone must not. Maybe he doesn't have the best voice, but what he says is the most important thing.
Yes.
We have in our Emissão Nacional for the whole country, as I told you. Then we have one channel for the young people. It is a Radio Cidade.
Yes.
It is in FM only in Maputo, of course covering 50 kilometers
Yes.
in the ratio. They have their own announcers, their own transmitters, everything. They are independent.
Yes.
They belong to the group, of course. Then we have one channel, 19 hours a day for sporting,
Yes.
REM Sport. We have the MCR, you saw the Flavia there. It is also a 19-hour a day in English. For the Maputo, it is Maputo Corridor Radio. As I told you, it started as a Voice of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Because Mugabe was here, everyone was here. They were fighting on the forest, of course.
Yes.
But the programs were made here.
Uh-huh.
And I started everything with Ian Christie. Did you? Ian Christie was a Scottish journalist that worked with Frelimo in Tanzania.
Yes.
And he came with Frelimo here. And he died 4 or 5 years ago. The announcers were when I went to Harare, I was in Harare with the head of our engineering, Engineer Matos, for two months in a course.
Yes.
I met there one of the announcers. He drank like hell. He was the head of the television.
Yes.
Oh, Carlos, how are you? How is your wife? My wife phone now. How is your visitor? It is okay. She's an announcer and producer also. Then I met him here as ambassador.
Yes.
Ambassador. I forgot his name. You can imagine, since 1951, so many people. I meet people in the street. Oh, how are you, Carlos? I'm sorry, I don't remember you. No, I met you. You did me that examination. I wanted to be an announcer. Oh, and then you. How do you say in English? You shumba. That means you gave me a negative note.
Yes.
Oh, and then I'm fine now. So people, it is difficult to thousands,
Yes.
everyone. On the other day, my wife has a program. The name is One Friend, One Talk. That means amigo, uma conversa. A friend, a conversation.
Yes.
And she invites anyone. The Prime Minister was here, or just a worker, or just a baker, anyone that has something to tell. And she creates the ambience. He immediately becomes a friend. She has that calm down.
The ability,
that ability to they become at ease. And the Minister of the Public Obras Públicas in Portuguese, in English it is the
Public Works.
Public Works. He came inside the studio. Hello, Carlos. Don't you remember me? I'm sorry, Mr. Minister. I was here making a drama with you. You were the technician. Yeah, you were very, very, very tough, very exigent. Huh? Oh, so people remember me. I don't remember.
Yes.
So my life, all my life here in the radio. Robin Alexander, when he came, now he's retired, of course, a very good announcer. Very bright, very, very nice person. But he had that problem, you know.
Yes.
And when he was fired, the only one who went to the airport to bid him goodbye, I was his friend. And I drank, he drank very much. To make company to him, I used to drink very much. So he went to Durban. He went into a clinic.
He went into, my father-in-law was in the same clinic with Robin
and
my wife's father.
He wrote me a letter, and I wrote him another letter. That year, and I heard every night, almost every night, I heard the Lion of the Night in the Orion radio. That year, 31 years, 2 years ago, He phoned me, Carlos, it is Robin Alexander. Do you mean 30 years ago? After 30 years. Robin, what is it? I am coming to Maputo with my wife to meet you. Okay, they just... the name of his wife is, the name is, I forgot her name, a very short name, but she was a very nice person. And he became one of the most, popular announcers and he told me, Carlos, I became rich with those announcing. He worked like hell.
He's a very nice man.
Yeah, I like him very much. When he came, because of my problem with my eyes, I didn't. I went to Costa del Sol to with some problems with him, but I was, as I am now, afraid that I'm not helping the people that came because I don't have the ability to see and to take you to dinner or something like that. I should like very much.
How much can you see?
That means I have two problems. One is from ancient, we call it hereditary. Hereditary. That means since I was 15, my vision started to narrow.
Yes.
And the night vision,
yes.
From 20 years on, I couldn't see the stars. I like astronomy. Can you imagine my pain, not to see the stars? Then 2 years ago, some blurring. Yes. I think it is cataracts. How do you say in Portuguese? Cataracts. I will go to the ophthalmologist to clean. If it cleans, I can stand the narrow vision because it is easier to. And at night, sometimes at night I can see better because I have the lights that give me the
clues.
Exactly. And now during the day, when there is too much light, when I open my computer,
yes,
too much light, I have problems. If I cut the light. The light that surrounds my eye, I can see far away. I can see far away. With my right eye, it is good. But if the light from the window, everything, it makes me very, 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 very. So I don't have a social life. My wife, I am sorry because she's. But she goes with the friends and with Luisa. Luisa is the chief of Royce.
Yes.
She's we call in Portuguese the imagem. She's the head of imagem in English. How do you say? The
public relations.
It is something like public relations, but it has institutional connections with the banks, with the other firms, with the.
So it's networking.
Everything that that makes the radius looks good is with her. Okay. Our attitude to her, our attitude outside, how we must behave. Everything is with Luisa. She is a very nice girl. You will like her tomorrow. And so I am from 6 in the morning, 5:30 till 4. I'm teaching.
Can I ask you about David Davies and?
David Davies. He was a very. He had he looked a very hard man, but he was soft.
Big heart.
Big heart. But he was very, very exigent. He didn't. We say in Portuguese, he didn't play in work. Work for him, he was very professional.
So
very professional.
Precise.
Very precise, and everyone respected him very much. He used to drink a lot, but I never saw that the drinking make any difference in spoiling his work, as it happened with Robin, unfortunately.
So did you work with the English with the
yes,
radio?
Yes. Every program came from South Africa.
Yes.
You know why we had the publicity here?
Yes.
The laws in South Africa didn't allow tal. So this building was built with the money from South Africa.
Yes.
So every program came from South Africa, almost every program. Every day I used to go to the Caminhos de Ferro, to the train station,
Yes.
to bring the boxes with the records.
Yes.
Every day records that the publishing
From the record
companies sent to us. We have our library full of small and big LPs and extended plays and everything. And the English announcers, they did their own recording in that studio.
Yes.
Huh? Like disc jockeys, because they put the music, with the spots, everything that they did on the air live, they did on tape if it was necessary to record.
Yes.
So we as a whole, we could help, of course, with some work. The technicians were the same, but the producing stuff, they had their own.
Yes.
Their own.
That's where Evie Martin started. She started as a compiler, didn't she?
Yeah.
Program compiler.
Yes. Because for you to work in radio, you don't. There are two things that you must like: to talk to people,
Yes.
and you like music. If you like music, and if you like to talk to people, and if you have a voice that is reasonable. Radio Mozambique is very, very popular in the country. Now we have many. We have almost 10 stations here, small stations. Radio Capital, STV. Because till 1975 and till 1980, it was not free. How you say
With state run by the government.
No, it is state run.
Yes.
But we had monopoly.
Okay.
Then it was free. How do you say it in English? It was liberated. I don't know. There is a word for
Deregulated.
Deregulated. Yes. No. Everyone that has a frequency can make a radio. But it is good to have other radios because it makes us conscious of the quality of our work.
Yes.
Of course, the radio is since 1933, we have a great experience and we have a name. But we are state-run and that is not very good. That is not very good because everyone has the money at the end of the month.
Yes.
Certain. You cannot be fired just like that. Huh? You have your retirement,
Yeah.
So everything is very relaxed. Everything there is no fear that. When I was in Costa Rica, capital of Costa Rica, of course, San Jose de Costa Rica, they have 75 FM stereo radios. 75 stereo, and the other ones, 30 are medium wave. And I visited other stations in the country is small country, but they have 1 kilowatt. They cannot go further than 1 kilowatt because of the frequencies. But they have their radio in a flat with 2 studios, a control room, 2 studios facing the head office. A flat, just a flat, a big flat. 6, 7 workers. Everyone works 8, 10 hours a day. If they don't work well, they will be fired because there is a queue of
People who want to.
Yes, there are doctors driving cars, taxis. There are engineers driving taxis. Huh? Here, no. You have your job. You do your work. If you want to do, if you don't want, there is no. One of my jobs is to evaluate the quality of the programs, make recommendations. My main job is on the training on the job. That means every day I have to speak to people, I have to make recommendations, I have to record, show how to record. Then I have a parallel, I have the formal training. 6 months of this, 3 months of that, and this, and the programs of my own programs. I have I have 4 programs. My wife has 3. I have to produce it, and I have to produce other programs that I do to show how it is done.
So
They have to hear the programs, and they have to discuss with me the format, the structure, the announcing, the music, the message, everything.
Yes.
They have to tell me what is good, what is not good. It is a very, very exciting. Huh? And you see, I am 70 years old. I started working when I was 15 here in this building.
Yes. Can I ask you again a bit more about David Davies?
As I told you, he was a very nice man, very professional, and everyone liked to work with him, but he was very tough.
But he was it his professionalism, his toughness that made LM Radio the success it was?
Yes, it was his. What is interesting is that the Portuguese channels that we have then, we have 3. The emissão C, classical channel, the main channel, then the D channel. We had so much publicity that we had to have another channel just to descongestionar, to take the publicity away from that saturated channel and put on the other. Yes. They were good, but for how do you say, as a reference, the BBC is a reference. I hear the BBC every night. I sleep with the radio. BBC in English, they are wonderful. They are wonderful. The way they speak, the way those announcers, those journalists speak to people, it is so humane. It makes people talk to them. It is not a radio. That interactivity is something that is exceptional, and their background, their training is super. I should like to see that here. I'm trying. I bring BBC as a reference. Then LM Radio was a reference, because what makes a radio a reference is the public that hears the radio and likes it, yes. And of course the way the announcers do their work and everything. But the work we do is judged by our listeners.
And then what happened in the late 60s, early 70s? Because the SABC.
No. Then everything started. Then the South African government allowed the SABC to create their channels with publicity. Yes. So everything was not 100%, 80%, 50%, 40%. So the money was less. We had to send our musicians away, our 30 musicians, and of course but there was always a connection, because the name of LM Radio was so good that even with less money we could do a very good job. And you see, as you have in your program, we had very good announcers till 1974. Yes. Till 1974. Evelyn Martin was always here. And then, of course, it had to stop, because you know what a revolution is. Yes. Things that happened here when LM Radio was taken by some Portuguese people that wanted this to continue.
When was that, in 74?
7th of September.
74.
74, yes, of course, 74. Just on the same day that in Lusaka it was being signed, the Lusaka agreement, yes, accord. I was here and I stayed here. They almost spoiled everything. After that, some of those bright boys from the left that came into the radio, many very good people, but some thought that everything that belonged to the colonial times, just like records, documents, books, had to be destroyed. Have you heard such a stupid thing? So we lost hundreds, thousands of records, estates with the voice of David Davis, the voice of our announcers. We have still the voice of the first announcer in Portuguese in 1933.
And that is?
We have, in Portuguese, we have the voice recorded in 1933. I have it here somewhere, there with them. So our history in sound is not so rich as it could be. See, there were mountains of estates. Do you notice a state that hard record?
Yes.
Not a commercial record. Right?
Transcription
records, big ones, 16
yes.
inches, 10 inches, hips of that broken, just broken. It was heartbreaking. That man went away. He was working in South Africa in ACBC. But we have kept something. But there is not here in the radio, there is not, how may I say in English? There is not a philosophy of keeping our history. We have not that we just do a thing and radio, you know, we do a thing, tomorrow, the next 10 minutes is another thing.
Are they still not keeping history?
They don't keep. We have the voice of course. We have our recent history. It is kept in tape, cassette tapes, and open tape, open reel. Now we are putting everything on computer,
yes.
On hard disk. But before 74, even after 75, many. Because it is very difficult to have a proper record department. How do you say? Archive.
Right.
It is very. It is not for everyone to do an archive. It is very, very difficult. But we have. You don't have time. I should like to show you that those magazines. You can see the photos of Efrain Martin, David Davis, our studios. Everything is there. On those area magazines.
Maybe if I could come back later in the year.
I will show you everything and our record library.
Yes.
We have many LPs and we have, of course, many CDs. But what is interesting is the library, the CD record library of the Radio Mozambique is one of the richest in the world. Do you know why? Because the records are ours. The producers, we buy the records.
Yes.
I have 2,000 classical CDs.
Of your own?
Yes, to do my programs.
Yes.
I have, when I like an LP, I have many LPs. I buy the transcription, the ADD transcription.
Yes.
On CD, because the sound that the tape recorded at 15 or 30 inches per second is not the sound that is on a groove.
No, it's not.
On a groove you have 45 dBs.
Yes.
You cannot put more than 45 dBs.
But on the tape you have 80.
You have. So I have records. Some of the records recorded in 1962 from Mercury, that famous record label, Mercury, and from EMI, are better than some digital recordings of today.
Yes.
They are wonderful. Mainly those recorded by EMI with Kleber, and they are wonderful.
They made some wonderful.
Wonderful. Mercury used to record with only three microphones. Not like Decca now that they put in every stand microphone.
I sometimes think that just a few microphones give you
Yes.
more realistic sound because it's like your ears.
The recordings from by Mercury made in London, in the Kingsway Hall, they are so wonderful. They are reference. They are expensive. They are referent. You put that on CD. I am amazed by it. You can hear some hiss, of course, before Dolby.
Yes.
After Dolby, everything is clean. So I buy those records. I was hearing last night a Telarc recording of the Requiem by Berlioz.
Yes.
That is something very powerful.
Yes.
It is terrifying to hear that. But Telarc is a very famous label, you know.
Yes.
But the record that Colin Davis did for Philips in the analog in the famous church in England, the most famous church in England.
Westminster Abbey.
Yes. That it is because they have the space. They have to do a big orchestra, and with full band in every corner of the church, they have brass bands and percussion. It is wonderful, better than the Telarc and the Decca recording with the Montreal Symphony Orchestra and everything. I like very much I was a technician, the recording process and the music, of course. That is my life.
Fantastic. You had a very rich life.
Yeah, but I should like. Robin is always Carlos.
That was Chris Turner talking to Carlos Silva. Watch out for part 3. Visit www.lmradio.co.mz and check out the historical pages.